York is back!
Oh, shut the fuck up. Welcome home, King of New York.
Oh, how I've missed Tekashi's fucking Instagram live.
If there's one thing we could admit, Instagram was a little boring without Tekashi.
All right, so welcome to the Memo Podcast. Of course, my co-host Jose and I are up here, and we're going to come back to what we know best, and we're going to talk about this music shit, because that's what started this podcast. We took a little bit of a break, but now that 6ix9ine's out of jail, we have content. We have quality content to talk about.
It's been boring during these quarantine days, so there wasn't much to talk about. No, not a lot going on in music-wise besides people dropping tapes.
Yeah, people dropping consistent in music and stuff, but as far as like beefs or anything like that,
it's been slow.
It's been slow, but now things are starting to pick up. I think it's time to get back into the rap shit. You know, that's what we love.
Was our first episode? Did we not talk about 6ix9ine?
We did talk about 6ix9ine on our first episode. He was one of the things we talked about, and I believe we talked about something along the lines of, do you think people will still listen to 6ix9ine even though he snitched? And clearly people are still going to listen to 6ix9ine, because today he went on IG Live and he had 2 million people watching his fucking stream,
including myself.
And I can't fucking believe it.
I swear I was the first person to click on his Instagram
because
Live.
I'm not going to lie, I called this shit. I literally said, and you can go back and look at the first episode, I literally said, I don't think that the little white kid, the suburban kids are going to care. I think they're going to bump his music regardless. And you said something to the extent of like, oh, the G code and the streets and all that stuff. Well, clearly that's thrown out the window, because people are still, I mean, obviously
it's a whole few generations past.
Yeah.
And things just aren't the same as they used to be, the way people used to grow up. Now, a lot of people are still hating on him. Meek Mill, Snoop Dogg. I saw a lot of OGs like.
Yeah, because that's how they came.
Cent.
That's how they came up. They're like, no snitching, real one, loyalty. Like that's what they came up on. That's how they were raised and taught coming up in the game. And this new generation is just not like that. Mm-hmm. They're just gonna be like, oh, this shit slaps, and fucking listen to it, or oh, Tekashi's funny, and fucking vibe to his fucking.
Now,
music,
Tekashi did bring up a good point. I happened to watch his whole Instagram Live, and like one of the ways he was defending himself was he was saying, okay, like you said just a second ago, it's about loyalty, the street code, blah blah blah. Well, he was said, where was the loyalty returned to him when he took these guys off the streets, showed them how to make money, kept them full? He gave them meals to eat. He took care of their children. Like he paid for everything, and they were
quick to switch up on him.
Well, not even that. Well, behind his back, they were, while he was out on tour and stuff, they're back at home sleeping with his baby mama. They're
stealing money.
They jump him,
and
they kidnap him. They film it. Blah blah blah. Like,
so
he was asking, like, where was the loyalty in return? A lot of people are saying, which I've always understood this part. Like, I understand why he did what he did. I think everybody understands why he did what he did. But the question is was it the right thing to do?
Because even he on his IG, he said, I know I shouldn't fight fire with fire, but what do you expect me to do? You know what I'm saying? So, like, I fully, I mean, it sucks, but, like, I fully understand why he did it. I don't know if I agree with it, because
he wasn't going to waste his life away.
Yeah, exactly. For these people, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, because you and me, we both are around the same age. We both came up and, like, when you're a little kid, snitches get stitches. Like, that's how we came up. You know what I mean? And I mean, Tekashi and actually, he's around our age. He's like 24, 25, so he's around our age. So I don't know, like
it's not him that's in the new generation. When I said the newer generations, I'm talking about the younger people that are listening to him. The 15s and the 16s.
They're not
going to
understand.
They don't understand. They're just like, oh my God, like, they saw the bullshit that he was posting a year or two ago, and they just want that back. They don't care about what he did. They don't understand like those charges and what actually happened.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. Now, he probably does. I mean, he's 24 like me. Like, he understands what he did and how that could have been wrong. But, a lot of people in his situation would fold.
If you're put in that situation, if I'm personally put in that situation, I'm going to look at it as these people did not have my back. They fucked me over, so why am I going
It'd be
to
different
sit in
if
jail?
there was people that were riding with him from the beginning, like, never did anything wrong to him and blah, blah, blah. Then
they all went down.
And if he still snitched, then I can understand why, but...
In his mindset, he's like, I'm helping you guys out, and you guys fucked me over, so why is it so wrong that I snitched? Mm-hmm. That's how he's looking at it, and I agree. Like, it sucks, but I agree.
So is this going to hurt?
Obviously, it's not going to hurt his music career. It's not.
Not his music career, because obviously, everything he raps about and stuff is fake.
Yeah, okay, so he
can't be saying Treyway no more.
The illusion that 6ix9ine had, the tough guy image that he had, is gone.
And obviously he's trying to keep that image, I guess, with his new song. He's talking about guns and
when
blah, blah,
I heard
blah.
it, and I'm sitting there okay, calm down. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there talking about guns. He's talking about shooting people up and shit. The gangster rap. I don't buy it. If he was to come out and even if he was still rapping tough but not necessarily talking gangsta, then I'd be like, okay, cool. But you're not gonna act gangsta and then have a few months ago you were begging, crying to be put out of jail because you were fearing for your life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna do that. And I get it. The streets and jail are completely different things. But if you're going to keep that image on the outside, you need to keep that image on the inside. Yeah. Just like other rappers have in the past. Other rappers get locked up, and I guess they get put, in separate areas, from the other inmates, but they still get put in there, and you don't hear stories of them begging to get let out or anything. They do their time, and then that's it. They come back to regular society, and then they keep on with their music careers. Tekashi 6ix9ine, on the other hand, he was crying and begging to get out, fearing for his life, but then he comes out still trying to be a tough guy, and I just don't buy that image. Mm-hmm. Another thing I don't necessarily agree with, I see it, and maybe in a little bit we'll pull up the clip, but he's so cocky, and maybe he deserves to be cocky, but he's just man, I snitched and I came out to bags and all these other things. I don't know if I necessarily, you would think someone who was in there, facing many, many charges in many, many years would come out and be just a little bit more humble. You know what I mean? But instead he's just fuck y'all. I'm still the king of New York. He is embracing being a snitch. You know what I mean? In his video, he was a fucking rat. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what he's going to have to... I think that's what's going to have to be, his new image. What he did is basically, he knew people were going to say shit about him. So he basically just beat him to it. Before anybody sees him in person, he's I know I'm a fucking snitch. He said it all over his Instagram live. He put the mouse or the rat, whatever, emoji in the video. He knows what he did. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he's taunting a little too much. He should backpedal. He should embrace and be yeah, this is what I did. This is why I did it. But he shouldn't be laughing in people's faces and disrespecting others and saying yeah, I'm a snitch.
Because the reason I say that is because
still rocking 4 Richard Mille watches.
Because the reason I say it is because he's already seen how fast it can all get taken away from him. He's already seen it when he got locked up. So you would think I'm gonna come out here and move a little differently. You know what I mean? But instead he's still being loud ass 6ix9ine. In your face about it, and I just don't know if that's necessarily the right way to approach it. Yeah. Again, I mean, it's fine. You can be cocky. You can be yo, I'm out here and I'm still making money. Cool, it's okay for you to feel that way, but the fact that you're so in people's faces about it, I feel that's not the right way to go about it, because you're gonna make a lot of enemies. You know what I'm saying? And he already has a lot of people not liking him in the rap game. But obviously that doesn't bother him because he's still making money. But maybe you should want to have people in your corner. Mm-hmm. Because at this point it's just him. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm sure there'll be rappers and artists.
I mean, there's been like
that
Akon and some other people
with
that are like, I'd make music with them, you know, like there's
because
people.
no matter where he goes, I mean, a bag's gonna follow. So
Exactly. But I don't know if making enemies is the right way.
I wouldn't say the smart move is to do a song with him right now because of the way other people will look at you.
I was gonna say, how would you, if you make a song with him, you're gonna be perceived as like, oh, you're hanging out with a dude that's a rat.
You condone it. This is what I was gonna say earlier, and then you cut me off and it distracted me when I said, do you think this is gonna ruin? And then you cut me off and saying his music career. I was gonna say, do you think this is gonna ruin like the future, like how we, view rappers, and like, is snitching okay now? And, like, are people gonna give that a pass now? And
I'm gonna choose,
because rappers live basically by
the street code, yeah,
the street code, but and like they have do's and don'ts.
I am gonna use
and that one is basically the biggest don't.
I'm gonna pick my words carefully here, but is gangster rap still a thing? And I don't mean any offense by it, but like the kids that are coming up now, they're not rapping gangster. They're rapping drugs and auto-tuning, and they're not really talking tough.
There is gangster rappers out there. And
obviously, but I'm saying, like, it's not in the mainstream like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that are popping now are like Uzi and Cardi and, Lil Durk. These rappers aren't necessarily rapping about toking guns all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily gangster rap how we came up listening to. Like, we grew up listening to 50 Cent. Like, fucking, like, mob music, even older than that, fucking Ice Cube, and all these other rappers who, like, Snoop Dogg, who are, like, the G Code and the streets and all these things. You don't hear that in music nowadays. You really don't. So you...
all tight pants and
colored hair. You are going to get to the point where that stuff, I don't want to say doesn't matter, but it's taking a back seat to other things, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure people are still going to hold, like, no snitching to a high standard, but it's almost like you don't really talk about that because you don't rap like that anymore. Does that make sense? That's how I feel personally. I might be wrong, like I said, there's obviously still rappers that are rapping gangsta music, but that's not what's popping right now.
We need the gangsta music back. We need the gangsta music back.
I don't know, and the thing is, it's gonna take someone that is gangsta, I guess, to endorse 6ix9ine for it to be like, okay, it's okay to... I don't want to say it's okay to snitch, but like...
But I think as soon as that first person that does it, he's going to get shit on by every other rapper in the game. Because if you think about it, like, it's the rappers that are saying, like, no, we don't fuck with you. Like, who cares if Akon says that he would make a song with him? Of course Akon will make a song with him.
The kids don't give a fuck.
He's one of those R&B boys.
I don't know about you, but, I mean, if the music bumps, I'm going to listen to it. Not just 6ix9ine, but I'm saying in general. Like, if the music is good, I'm going to listen to it. Regardless if they're snitching, if they're a gay rapper or anything like that. Like, I'm just giving you examples. Like,
hell no.
I'm just giving you examples. Like, if I don't care about their backstory necessarily, if their music is good, I'm going to listen to it. Does that make sense? So,
sure.
You're kind of...
No, I understand. But, like, when it comes to rap, those things just don't go together. Just like gay, like a gay rapper would not exist in the rap community.
Sure there are gay rappers, they're just not openly gay rappers. I'm sure there's gay rappers.
No.
There has to be. There's no way. A lot of rappers come from, like, Atlanta, where it's just, like, the biggest, like, gay population in the United States. Or not the gay population.
I don't think that's, like, a real thing.
Or, like, the most HIV or something. You know what? I'm going to have to fact check.
I think it's HIV.
Forget I said it.
No, I'm holding that to you now.
But
every time I meet someone from Atlanta now, I'm going to be like, I have to ask you, are you gay? You might not want to tell me, but blink twice if you're gay.
I'm just saying, it's like, there has to be a gay rapper out there. I'm sure there is. They just don't...
You think there's closet rappers out there?
Obviously, yeah. There's probably closet rappers out there.
Hell no.
There has to be.
I can't...
There's some fruity shit going... Like, if you were to tell me...
I can't imagine.
If you were to tell me Lil Uzi Vert is gay, I'd be like, I can see it. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna look at him any differently. I'm gonna still listen to his music, but I can see it.
I could see it, but I know he isn't.
I'm just Frank Ocean. People love Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean is an R&B boy.
I'm just giving you an example. Like, people don't look at Frank Ocean any differently than they did before. I know some people did, but a lot of people don't look at Frank Ocean any differently than before. They just know he makes good music. I'm using that the same way I'm talking about 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is a snitch. He snitched out his entire fucking Treyway gang, but people do not care if he makes good music. That's what I'm trying to say.
That also a point is that his new song is not even good.
I don't know, man. I saw a lot of people saying that it's good.
Who?
On Twitter, I typed in 6ix9ine, and I saw a lot of people saying the song was good.
The song is trash.
I can't form an opinion. I saw the music video.
Can we press pause on this and let me show you the song? The song is I used to like 6ix9ine's music. You know, like, he had good songs. Kuda and Gummo and stuff like that. Like, he had good songs. And when I listened to this song, like, I don't want to say I was excited to hear it, but I was excited to see what it would sound like and to see what he talks about, what he raps about, and, like, his style, if it changed up any, you know? And, like, I listened to it all the way through, and it was garbage.
Okay, now let me ask you a real question. Is any of that have to do with the fact that he snitched? Like, no. Okay, I'm just asking.
Because like you said, if the song was good, you can't deny it. Like, you could be like, oh, that kind of hit, but, like, I'm not gonna listen to it. You know, like, if you could admit if it was a good song, it's almost like, no homo, but, like, it's almost like when you're a guy and you, like, acknowledge a man is handsome. And you could say, like, oh, that's a good-looking guy. It doesn't mean anything. You know, obviously there's nothing there, but you can acknowledge it. It's the same thing with... It's kind of like a weird thing, but I would try to, like, think of an analogy that you would understand, like, with this. Like, even, like, I came into it with no judgment at all. I was like, I just want to hear it. And, like, I was curious to see what it sounded like. And it was garbage.
So, do you think it's... what he's doing is the right way? Because, like, obviously the way he's rapping is how he came up. So do you think he's trolling?
He's gonna troll, and, like, that's how he became famous. That's what he's gonna do. That's all he knows how to do. Like,
but that already got him into trouble once.
Yeah, that got him into trouble because he took it the wrong route. He took the gangbanger look. He knew he's a smart kid, you know. Like, he basically blew himself up, and he knew exactly how to do it. You know, hang around with a bunch of big scary guys around me, and nobody can touch me because they're there. I could say whatever I want. I could talk all this shit. I could start all these rap beefs. Nobody can do anything because I have all these gangbangers around me. And then the shit turned left. You know? And then at the end, right before he got arrested, he was like, I dropped my team. I'm not fucking with them, blah, blah, blah. Boom. He still got hit in the RICO charge, involved with all of them because he surrounded himself with them. He put hits on people's heads. You know, like, he wanted to live that lifestyle. I don't know if he wanted to live it, but he was definitely, at one point, their lives intertwined. If you know, no matter if he was a real gangbanger or not, their lives came together, and maybe he felt himself a little too much, thought he really was untouchable, thought he couldn't get in trouble. He did things that could get him in trouble. He found a way to get himself out of trouble. You know, like, he was probably destined to become famous whether or not all of this happened. Now, this just escalated his career so much higher. He was in everyone was hating on this kid and talking about this kid, and the other half of them were like, God damn, like, he's the coolest fucking ever, like, he's talking all this shit and nobody's doing anything to him, blah, 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 like, he's pulling up on O Block, like, you don't know nobody that's pulling up on O Block, you know what I mean? Like, obviously he did it at, like, 5 a.m. when no one was around, but, you know, like, he broke barriers, and he's still breaking barriers, which is fucking crazy. You know, because, like, his music is, based on the new song, the music is kind of garbage. You know, and, like, it was no surprise to me. My theory was he's hitting 1 million viewers. Now, I never thought that he would hit 2 million Instagram Live viewers. But I knew he was hitting 1 million.
So
I knew he was going to hit 1 million.
I think initially, the million, the 2 million, all the people that are on YouTube listening to the song are just like us. We were curious to see what he was going to say, what he was going to sound like in his new music.
Obviously, yeah.
Do you think a lot of those fans will stick around as he drops music, or they're just like, because people like me, I don't really care for his music.
I think people
I am going to tune into his live because
I think more people are like, he's an entertainer more than an actual rapper. Like, they remember his... And the kid was funny as fuck. He was funny. Like, he has some funny-ass videos. Like, his trolling shit and everything. Like, he had some funny-ass videos. Like, I think people are still going to tune into him for that. The music, I don't know. I mean, he probably still has, like, some core rap, fans. And especially people overseas, like...
Oh, yeah, people who don't...
People in the UK and fucking...
People who aren't... People who don't, like, from...
In the Spanish...
overseas... People that are from overseas that don't necessarily understand the no snitching,
I think everybody understands the no snitching.
I mean, there's some people that probably don't, or you know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's just like an American thing.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there's people out there that don't necessarily are in the know, you know what I mean? They just know he makes...
They probably didn't realize, like, everything that he did.
Yeah, they're just like, they like his music, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's probably where he made most of his big bags was... overseas.
Well, we'll see. I mean, this is just his first.
I think if he did Spanish music, he could have a career.
I thought that's where he was gonna go toward. I thought he was gonna go towards the Spanish music route. I thought he could make really well, like be really well into the Spanish genre. But
I think he could.
This is only his first song, his first time on live since he's been released.
Now I want to hear him and Akon do a track. I want to see what that sounds like.
So we will keep in mind what that sounds, or we'll keep in touch with that little, 6ix9ine.
Do you think he's the king of New York?
Fuck no.
No?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know who the... I don't listen to fucking New York rappers all that much anyways. Like, fucking 50 Cent.
Everyone...
A$AP Mob.
I mean, 50 Cent, yeah. Like, 50 Cent is the ultimate king of New York.
You know who king of New York is? French Montana. French Montana is the king of New York. Because he apparently has...
Is French Montana from New York?
Yeah, because he apparently has more hits than fucking Kendrick Lamar.
No, hell no.
And that's something we have been discussing, the French Montana
Memo tried
debacle.
to tell me that French Montana had more hits than Young Thug.
Dude, all right, we're going to get all into it, but first, let's rewind it back. French Montana was in an interview, and he was told... I forgot how it goes. I don't read into French Montana. At just some point in the interview, he said he believes he has more hits than Kendrick Lamar, right? And then Young Thug threw in his 2 cents. He's like, hey, man, I'm just speaking as an artist. You don't got no hits like Kendrick. And then French Montana started talking shit to Thug, and then Thug talked shit to French.
Apparently, they've been beefing since
last year. Had to do something with Young Thug's wife or girlfriend or whatever. And it's just going from there, and it's died down. But the reason I bring it up is because we haven't been able to talk about it. So first, let's talk about, and then just this past week, French Montana is like, oh yeah, Drake and Jay-Z probably got me when it comes to hits. All this fucking debacle that French Montana has been doing the past.
I love the word he said, probably.
Now, let's first back it up. French Montana and Kendrick Lamar. That's where this started, and. Before I get in anybody fucking starts to hate or fucking cancel me or anything like that, I'm going to say this now. I love Kendrick, okay? He is in my top 10. Fucking Good Kid, Mad City is one of my all-time favorite albums next to fucking Take Care and The Carter 3. And if y'all know me, y'all know those are my favorite albums. But does Kendrick Lamar have hits? The reason I ask... is because Kendrick Lamar has great albums. He has phenomenal albums. Fucking 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 albums. But does he have hits? Other than Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, Swimming Pools, Humble, maybe Poetic Justice. Does he have hit?
So you can name them all on your fingers.
I can't think of that many Kendrick Lamar hits.
Which is a valid point.
Like I said, I love Kendrick.
If the question was, who's the better rapper?
Obviously it's Kendrick Lamar, yes.
But French Montana's debate was he has more hits than Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, and that's why I'm asking. Like, I can probably count the hits that Kendrick has. And keep in mind, guys, let's define the word hit real fast, because I don't want people to, what about this song? What about this song? A hit is a song that is popping in the club, popping on the charts, it's on the radio 24/7. That is a hit. It's not just, oh, fucking my favorite song from To Pimp a Butterfly, that's a hit. Just because you like it and just because I like it doesn't make it a hit. I'm talking radio play. I'm talking all the YouTube stream. I'm talking all, these are factors when it comes to a hit record. Does Kendrick have hits?
You want one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
So we named a few of Kendrick Lamar's hits.
Can you pull up, just real fast before we get into French, can you pull up Kendrick Lamar on Spotify? I just want to see I just want to see what his top 5 song. You know how when you click on the profile, it has the top
popular
5
songs.
Yeah, it has the popular songs.
Okay, I'll start at 5. It's "Pray for Me" with Kendrick Lamar. I think it's off the Black Panther soundtrack. "All the Stars" with SZA.
That's another Black Panther song.
DNA. "Love" is number 2, featuring Zachary. And number 1 is "Humble."
Humble is for sure a hit. That was on the radio. That got mad play. That was a mainstream hit record. "Love," good song, good radio play, but I don't know if that's necessarily a hit. You know what I mean? The Black Panther songs, they were just soundtrack songs. I don't know if they were actually hits.
So what was the banger? What was the hit off of "To Pimp a Butterfly"? Was it "I"?
"To Pimp a Butterfly" was "I." That was a single. That wasn't a hit. That was not a hit.
That was just a single?
That was just a single. He did not have, the Black of the Berry. That was not a hit, y'all. That was a good song. A good album cut, but that was not a hit. I'm trying to think of what else is on that album. And I'm not saying anything bad about Kendrick Lamar, because like I said, I love Kendrick. I have purchased all of Kendrick's albums. You know? Kendrick will one day go down as in the top 10 greatest of all time. But I'm just purely asking if he has hits. Mm-hmm. Because as of right now, I can count all the hits he has,
Before you said a couple of them, like, the only ones I could really think of were "Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe" and "Swimming Pools." "Swimming Pools" is the one where he says, "Drink, wake up, drink." Yeah.
And then "Backseat Freestyle," that's another good one. And "Poetic Justice." Those are, like, songs that I can think of that are, like, those are hit records.
What about "Money Trees"?
Money Trees was good. I don't know if that's a hit though. I don't know if it was like, I'd have to look. I don't know if they had a music video or anything like that to it. I don't know. Obviously it was a good song. Like it got mad replay with me, but I don't know if that's a hit. And we already went through the ones DNA, Humble. I don't even know if DNA was a hit. That's just like it was very popular with everybody. Like everybody liked it, but I don't know if it was necessarily a hit. King's Dead off Black Panther, you could say that is a legit banger because it had Future and J-Rock. That was a good song, but let's go to French Montana real fast. We'll just name the popular ones on his real fast.
Okay, we have "Tiptoe." We have "Writing on the Wall," featuring Post Malone. We have "Welcome to the Party" with French Montana. "No Stylish" featuring Drake, and "Unforgettable."
Other than "Unforgettable," all those other songs are trash. I don't know if French Montana has hits either. I'm not gonna sit here and talk shit about Kendrick and then just be like, oh yeah, French has hits. The only songs that French has, and I'm gonna say this right now, the only quote unquote hits French Montana has are because he has Drake on the song, he has Wayne on the song, he has Ross on the song, he has someone on the song featured with him that makes
the song worse.
He French Montana's the dude where, like, you listen to it, you listen to Drake's verse, and as soon as Drake's verse is over, you turn it off because you don't want to hear French's. Like, that is what French Montana brings to the table. The one song and this isn't even a French Montana song, the one song that I could actually sit through a French Montana verse is fucking "Work" by A$AP Ferg. Mm-hmm. I can sit there and listen and, like, rap French's verse and be okay with it, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't even make the song, you know what I'm saying? Like, the other people in the song make the song. I think Ferg has the best verse in that song. But that's not even a French Montana song. Another song, Pop That. It has Wayne, Drake, and Ross. No, I cannot tell you what French Montana says in that song. I cannot tell you what he says. So that's another song. Unforgettable, that is a Sway Lee song. I do not know what the fuck French Montana says. Like, he does not bring anything to the table. Mm-hmm. If it was Sway Lee by himself and maybe a different artist, that song would be top 10 ever. But it's not, because French Montana comes in and ruins it. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Every song, every hit that French may or may not have, he has a feature. All the Way Up. All he does is do the hook. I know he has a verse, whatever, but it's not even his song. That's a Fat Joe song. He does not have hits. The one song I can think of off the top of my head that you could say that's a hit, or not even a hit, but that's a club banger, is I Ain't Worried About Nothing. That is the one song that if that plays in the club, okay, cool. That French is on by himself. But other than that, French Montana does not have hits either. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The whole debate of, like, does Kendrick have hits, or do I have more hits, blah, blah, blah.
They're both trash.
Kendrick is the better rapper, but neither of them, like, you know, really have hits.
If you were doing, like, okay, French Montana's hits, but without any features.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Straight garbage.
Like, if you were doing him without features versus Kendrick, then you would have, like, a real debate going.
What do you mean? Him without features?
If you had French without features versus Kendrick Lamar hits. Because then you would have less songs to choose from.
Oh,
which
yeah,
would go against Kendrick Lamar, which doesn't have many hits to go through.
And, like,
it sounds so weird saying no hits after saying Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar has...
It just doesn't sound right. It's like,
okay, I'm going to say this right now, because I know someone out there says, yo, these guys are saying Kendrick doesn't have hits. Kendrick doesn't have hits. He has albums. When you listen to a Kendrick Lamar, you listen to the entire album. You listen to the entire body of work when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, and you appreciate the body of work. You don't pick out a couple of songs and be like, this is a hit, this is a hit. I personally don't think, other than a few, like Humble and the ones we've named, I don't think Kendrick has that many hits. That doesn't mean French Montana has better hits, though. With the few hits Kendrick does have, they're still better than fucking French Montana.
Anything French Montana's done alone.
Yeah, anything French Montana's done alone. Because if you want to put, like, let's say Pop That, which has Ross, Wayne, and Drake, you could put fucking Problems with A$AP Rocky, Drake, Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? And 2 Chainz. That's not a Kendrick song, but if you're going to put those two songs against each other, are you going to put Pop That or are you going to put fucking Problems? I'm going to pick fucking Problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's an argument for each song, for each person. Me personally, Kendrick makes better music. French Montana, I guess, would make better club music, even though he is the worst. He is the worst part of the song. Like, I don't even think when they play his song in the club, they even play his verse. You know what I mean?
They shouldn't. He's like the Ty Dolla Sign of rappers.
Now we're gonna bring in Young Thug into the situation. I don't know if Young Thug has hits either.
Young Thug has bangers.
He has bangers, but does he have hits?
Yes.
Think about it. Be honest. Like, he has Best Friend on the radio. I can't think of any other songs he had on the radio.
Best Friend, Check.
Check was not on the radio.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Check, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, you could say, was on the radio.
Stoner was on the radio.
What else? I can't even. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just asking you realistically. Does Young Thug have hits? Because nowadays,
Relationship.
That wasn't on the radio.
Yes, it is.
Relationship was not on the radio.
It was, yeah. London.
The London,
Hot.
yes. Okay, the London and Hot both on the radio.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say anything bad about Young Thug, because if I'm being realistic, I listen to Young Thug a lot more than French Montana. I probably listen to Young Thug more than Kendrick even. I'm not gonna lie. I love Young Thug.
Pick Up the Phone was a hit. You don't agree?
No, yeah. But that was a Travis Scott song, but yeah.
It's literally a Young Thug song.
It was a Travis Scott song. Well, I'll give it to you, even though I know it was on Travis Scott's album, but whatever.
Halftime
Halftime was not a hit. It was not a hit. That was not on the radio. There's a difference between having a hit on the radio and having a hit on YouTube, all right? If that's the case, then NBA YoungBoy is the greatest rapper of all time.
Apparently, to these new kids, he is. Everyone that's like the age 12 to like 18 is boosting, and I fucking love YoungBoy. I have a tattoo of him on my leg. Like, I fucking love him, but like, I know he's not the greatest fucking rapper. Like,
But is he, according to YouTube, though?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. How does he go 6 weeks #1 on YouTube? How does he go freaking 8 weeks #1 on YouTube? Who is listening to that many young? But he does have like a very, like, what he does is very smart. He'll drop a new song, make a music video to it, and the first place he puts it is YouTube versus Spotify or anywhere else.
So you have to go to YouTube to listen.
You have to go to YouTube to listen to it, and you'll get a notification. YoungBoy dropped a new album, and he's consistent with his music videos. Mm-hmm. He's posting 3 of them a week, like, and they're very simple videos. Like, most of them are just like he's the only person in the frame. Like, it's him around his house or something like that. Like, especially when he was on house arrest, like, but he was able to drop them so consistently, and he did have that bass that obviously like people were tuned in every time. And you have those really, like, angry kids that, for some reason, they have some internal problems that they have to listen to some pain music. That's the new thing is pain music. I don't know if you've noticed. There was, like, the emo rap phase. Now it's more of, like, a pain music going on.
Explain.
Like YoungBoy.
Oh, okay.
Like the pain, like... hurt music.
Man, y'all don't want to listen to some hurt music. I'm going to listen to Zero, okay? That is before your time.
Hell yeah.
If you want to listen to hurt music, go to Zero, not no damn YoungBoy. Alright, Zero's where it's at, the most city done.
If you want to be depressed for a week, just go listen to a couple Zero albums.
That's what I'm saying. Just have
If you really want to be in pain.
Yeah, if you want to know what heartbreak is like, just go listen to I Hate You, Bitch.
They'll have you slapping your mom. You'll be yelling at your mom.
Bro, Zero, I love Zero, but Zero has songs about how he don't trust no hoes, he hates these bitches, he don't have no friends, he has associates. Like, Zero is probably the most depressed person I've ever heard on a rap song. You know what I mean? Because he's just like the sad guy. He's just like, I'm sad, I don't have no friends.
Yeah.
I hate these bitches.
He's like obviously the guy that like worked at UPS till he was like 29, and like he didn't understand why his rap career wasn't going off, and like his baby mama hates him and shit, and like
if you want to listen to real struggle music, like I'm going through shit, listen to
he only had $3 in his pocket, like that is who you need to listen to.
Exactly.
Zero. That's a good fucking
not no damn YoungBoy.
All right, I guess pain music isn't a new thing. Pain music has been going.
It's been around thanks to the most city done, Bar Kelly.
And I like how like his music videos, he'd be like, I'm one deep, and he'll have 14 guys standing behind him rapping along to his music. I never understood that part.
Fucking Zero, man. But yeah, okay. So getting back to the hits thing, I will say, name the songs that you named of Young Thug, at least the ones.
Even those 2 or 3 that you could admit are hits are better than anything
French Montana does. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hot for sure. Pick up the phone. Yes. The one song that I could probably say of French Montana's, other than the Ferg song, because that's not even his song, it's A$AP Ferg's, would probably be Pop That. And at the end of the day, he has the most forgettable verse in that entire song. You know what I'm saying? And I think what even makes that song so good is the hook, like the Uncle Luke sample. I think that's what other than that, like it's,
Everyone was saying, they were like, when everyone was talking shit about French Montana, they were like, y'all obviously don't know mixtape French Montana. Yeah, that's true, we don't know him. But at the same time, he didn't have hits back then either.
Not even that.
They might have been just good rap songs.
If you want to get into mixtapes, then we can get into mixtapes, because then you can bring in Young Thug and talk about all the songs that you were naming that weren't hits but are better than anything. Like, then you can bring up Halftime. Then you can bring up Check. You can bring up Power. All these other songs that were on mixtape Thug Slime Season trump anything that fucking French Montana has ever done. Okay? Ocho Cinco and mac and cheese and all that other dumb shit. Any Young Thug, mixtape Thug over French Montana mixtape any day. Mm-hmm. Any day. And even so, if you want... I want to put it this way, because I don't want people to think that I was saying Kendrick doesn't have any hits. I want y'all to know, Kendrick Lamar's throwaway songs, the songs that he probably are just like, these aren't good enough for my album, those are even still better than anything French Montana does.
Yeah, I was going to say, when we were talking about Young Thug, I was going to say, even his unreleased music.
Yeah.
That you can only find on YouTube, or Dat Piff, is better than anything French Montana has ever.
So French Montana, shut the hell up forever. We don't want to hear from you, okay? You do not have more hits than Kendrick. You do not have more hits than fucking Young Thug. You definitely don't have more hits than Drake or Jay-Z. Get all the way the fuck out of here with that, okay? Go back to doing coke and just leave us alone.
He looked like he was in bad shape for a while.
Hell yeah. Bro, French Montana needs help. That's what he needs to do. Instead of fucking...
What are his homeboys doing?
Instead of getting on YouTube and telling everybody, oh, I make hits, you need to fucking go to rehab. That's what you should do. Alright? Beefing over dumb shit. Got me heated. Alright, what's next? Oh, speaking of Drake, let's talk about my buddy Drake over here. So Drake released a new mixtape, or I guess, still better than French Montana. But people are calling it mid. Okay? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say it's the greatest Drake project. It's probably on his lower half. But I have to say, even when Drake puts out songs that are throwaway songs, they're still good. I mean, it's not like album quality music. You know what I mean? But I still find them, at least, maybe if the song has like 14 songs, I take away maybe 6. So maybe half of it is good, half of it is meh.
Of the new album?
Of the throwaways, yeah. I mean, there are some songs that are like, what the hell are you doing, Drake? And there are other songs where I'm like, yeah, it's a good thing you didn't put that on no album. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking Tootsie Slide or whatever the fuck that is. You could have kept that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that. But I thought it was good. Another thing, the reason I'm bringing that up, another thing is Playboi Carti. Everybody was anticipating Pain 1993 or 1993 Pain or whatever the hell it was. And the minute it comes out, everybody shit on it because fucking Playboi Carti's over here rapping like a damn infant. Like, no one can fucking understand what he's saying. People are just tired of Playboi Carti's shit now.
Playboi Carti is another one of those rappers that I was super obsessed with when I first found out about him. Like, I was there from the beginning. Like, and I know I say this a lot. Like, remember, you've seen it. It's true. Like, when it happened with DaBaby, like, I was there months and months before he blew up. Like,
yeah.
I was there for Playboi Carti. I remember when he got discovered by Ian Connor, and Ian Connor gave him the image and introduced him to all these new people and blah, 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 blah. Like, I remember watching his glow up, and I was obsessed with Playboi Carti. I could not stop listening to Playboi Carti. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, I can't name you one song besides Left, Right, or whatever, off his newer album, Die Lit. Mm-hmm. I can't name you any of his songs. And that's bad, because like that was like still like okay Carti. Like, I don't like this like rap. I want to hear like at least like, even if you have like a lazy flow, like blah blah blah, I want to hear you say something. I don't want to hear yeah for 30 fucking tracks.
The reason I bring up Playboi Carti, and I'm gonna bring up, you brought up DaBaby, which is perfect. DaBaby is another one of those rappers that last year was huge. Everybody liked DaBaby. Some people still like DaBaby, but now everybody was shitting on him when he dropped that album. He's like, trash. You know what I'm saying? Throw that shit away. Why are people in our genre, in rap, so quick to switch up on someone? That is my question.
I think it's DaBaby came out so strong, so hot, so quick. And he just consistently keeps dropping music. He doesn't, like, real artists know, like, they give their, like, some artists wait 4 years before they even drop another album. Yeah. they take time and they care about what they're putting out. Not saying that DaBaby's music is trash, but when you drop things so consistently, you're not putting your best effort into music.
It's almost like he's just putting everything he records, he just puts out.
Yeah, and he's saying like, "Oh, I have so much music, I can't let this stay in storage. Like, I want to give it to my fans." Okay, give it to us, but like, let some time pass. Like, we're still digesting his last album. Why are you giving us this one so quick? You know, like, he does, and people were begging him to switch his style up. Mm-hmm. Because you can't lie, a lot of his music was the same. It's like he found what worked, I think, with what was it? Suge and those type of songs. And he just went with that flow, blah, blah, blah. Because his older songs weren't anything like that. Mm-hmm. You know, and this is what I can tell you this because I listened to him before he blew up. Like, his older songs weren't anything like that. He took that flow, he ran with it, it was fire, so everyone liked it. So, yeah, until the point where everyone was like, "You're getting boring, bro. Come on, switch it up." Mm. And then he switches it up to something completely ass. Come on. Did you hear that one song where he's like singing on it?
Yeah, I did.
That was straight cheeks. I swear. I keep wanting to listen to it, but I have not listened to one song off his new album. Not even one song. I don't even think I listened to one song off the other album.
Of Kirk? I told you this shit was going to be ass.
What was the hit song of Kirk? I don't remember.
Was it Bob?
It was the one with Bob, yeah. Oh, okay, Bob was good. Was that off the last album?
Yeah.
Okay, Bob was good. The only reason I liked it is because I liked the music video, probably. That was a good song. I don't know any other song. The only other one was because they're TikTok songs, the one with Chance the Rapper and shit. Mm-hmm. The hot damn hot mama hot shower.
Yeah.
You know, like, the only reason it's big is because of TikTok, but whatever. You know, like, rappers, they gotta learn. Like,
okay, well,
this is a career.
Okay, so in the case of DaBaby when putting out music too consistently,
Future, it's almost like Gucci Mane.
I was like, Future. There was a point in time where he was flooding the market, but then what did he do? He stepped back. He's letting y'all wait on his new shit. You know what I'm saying? A few years ago, he dropped 2 albums within a week of each other, and then he went away for like a year or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's smart, right? Young Thug, he dropped like Slime Season 1 and 2 like a month apart, 2 months apart, and then he chilled for a little bit, and then he dropped Slime Season 3 or whatever. Like, rappers flood the market, and that's what they need to do. They flood the market, and then they go away for a little bit and let you miss them a little bit, and then come back. DaBaby's like, fuck it, I'm gonna drop every fucking 6 months, and just put out anything, like, you know, and call it an album. I don't know. I don't really care for DaBaby anyways. He has some good songs, but I don't really care for DaBaby.
And when it comes to Playboi Carti, it's like, he's made us wait for so long when it comes to music. We expect it to be good. And then we hear trash. And come on. Like, I give Playboi Carti, he has one chance. Everyone's been waiting on a whole lot of Red. Everyone's been waiting on a whole lot of Red for a very long time. When that album comes out, I am going to give it a listen. From the first track, I'm going to decide whether it's trash or not. And I'm not listening to the rest.
I think what hinders artists is when they wait too long to drop music. You almost put up such a high expectation that if it's not good, to be like, you made us wait that long for this album. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hinders an artist when they wait too long to put out an album and it's not good.
Like, not everyone is Lil Uzi. Not everyone can pull it off.
Lil Uzi made us wait a long time, and he put out 2 albums.
And they were both good.
Both good.
What's weird is I haven't really heard the second one, the deluxe.
Mm-hmm. The Love Is Rage 2?
Yeah.
Or, is it... No, it's...
I thought it was a deluxe.
No, it's deluxe, but he called it Uzi versus the World 2 or something. I forgot what it was.
I kind of heard, like, Yasirski, but other than that, like, I haven't heard any of the... I like the first one, Eternal Take. I like that one, but I haven't heard.
All I'm saying is, if you're gonna, you have to find a nice middle ground. You can't drop music too consistently because the people get bored, And you can't have people wait too long unless the album is going to be fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people nowadays have a small attention span. So they get bored easily. But then at the same time, if you were giving them too much of the same thing, they're going to be like, what the fuck is this? I don't want it anymore. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, there's no pleasing anybody.
So what do you think happened with Drake this time around?
I do. All right.
You just think he dropped some mid? So,
okay, what I'm saying is, from what my gather is, Drake...
Apparently, from what you sent me, Dark Lane demo tapes debuted with a score of whatever, 56, whatever that means, making it the rapper's worst project to date. Mm-hmm. And earning its spot as the worst album released this year, beating out Justin Bieber's Changes.
Okay. We're only in May, all right? I'm sure Lil Pump is right around the corner about to drop his album. And then
hopefully not.
And then that will be the worst album of the year, okay? Calm down. As far as worst album or worst project he's dropped, I could say yes. That's true. That's not Drake's best work. He has better... even his other albums that are like More Life, you know what I'm saying? Or even Scorpion, those aren't... You know, those I still consider better than Dark Lane demo tapes. I think the reason...
Isn't Scorpion like the number one?
No, that's not.
It's like literally the most sold.
That's probably the most sold
of this decade.
That's the most sold, but that doesn't mean it's his best work. For me personally, it's like Lil Wayne. It's like the album could be ass, but since they're one of my favorite artists, like I'm just happy to get new music. Because it's not every day I get Wayne. It's not every day I get Drake. It's not every day I get these artists dropping music. So when I do get it, I'm grateful for it and I enjoy it and I appreciate it. But then I could also say it's mid or it's not good. You know what I'm saying? I can sit there and say it's not Drake's best project, but I am happy to have new Drake. You know what I mean? Drake says his new album is coming in the summertime, and that I think will determine whether or not Drake is going to stay up top or if he's going to fall off.
If he's going to start declining.
Because people are...
I don't think it would fall off immediately.
No, but he'll start his decline because I already see people getting tired of Drake. I already see it.
I've been tired. I'm. You know when I told you I'm a trendsetter? I told you. I predicted this new album was going to be trash, and it was.
I already see people getting tired of Drake. Not everybody, but I do see a little bit of people sprinkled in on my timeline like... Oh, another Drake album. So,
well, he's been in the game 12 years now.
Yeah, and he's been on top a majority of the time.
Shut up.
He has.
No, I'm saying like it's time for him to shut up.
So I think this album that he has to put out, that he's going to put out this summer, is going to set the standard. He's either going to, all right, Drake. This is why Drake is still on top. So
you're expecting Drake to have the best album of the year?
I am expecting it. Yes, for sure.
You're crazy.
Other than Kendrick and J. Cole, who are also supposed to drop this year, that's probably one of my most anticipated.
What about Lil Baby?
What about it?
Literally the best album of the year. Lil Baby's the only rapper, and I tell you, I used to be obsessed with him, now I never listen to him. Lil Baby's the only rapper I consistently still listen to. Like, every time he drops a single, like, I have to listen to it.
I love Lil Baby, but man, that album was...
He's the hardest in the streets right now.
That could be true, but I am not a fan of My Turn. I thought Harder Than Ever, Harder Than Me, or whatever the fuck his last album was better.
Harder Than Ever will always be a classic.
I thought that album was better than My Turn. My Turn was mid. To me, personally.
Harder Than Ever had bigger hits, like you would say, bigger hits. My Turn, though, it's like... Lil Baby is getting better when it comes to rapping every album.
Yeah, that could be true. You know what I think it is?
Lyrically, you know like the way he puts together songs, he's becoming a full round, what's it called?
A full round better artist.
Yeah, he's becoming a better artist all the way around.
I think, personally, and I think...
It's not just hits.
This isn't a knock.
Like it's music.
This isn't a knock towards Lil Baby, right? But I think his album had like fucking 20-something songs on it. If he would have narrowed it down to 15, 16 songs, and just cut out all the fat, all the like the songs that did not need to be there, I would be there and be like, yo, fucking dope album, right? But just the fact that I'm having to sit there through so much filler, to me it's filler, that I just don't, I get bored and change it. I'm just being honest. Long albums hinder artists. Chris Brown drops an album with 45 songs on it. I'm not going to listen to 45 songs. I love Chris Brown, and I'm not going to sit there and listen to 45 Chris Brown songs. I'm going to sit there and weave out the songs I like and take out the ones I don't and make a 45 album into like a 15, 17 track album.
It's still a lot of tracks.
It's still a lot of tracks, but it's less than 45 songs. Same with Lil Baby.
20 songs is not that much.
A lot of the songs he had on there could have been taken out. Don't tell me they.
I understand. Okay, yeah, like not every song is a banger.
All I'm saying
there might be like 4 skippable songs.
Exactly, and if he would have just taken those 4 songs out, I get why he did it for streaming purposes. That's cool, but I'm saying if you have a shorter album, I feel you have a better chance of having a better album, because then at some point you listen to a 14-track album and be like, fuck, it's already over? That's it? I want more. And then whenever they drop their next project, you're like, fuck, I'm excited. But when you give them fucking 30 songs, and you're just like, a lot of these are skippable songs, like...
So he dropped a 20-track album, and then he hit him with the deluxe, which was like 4 to 6 songs. Mm-hmm. You think he should have done... What would be better, the skippable songs added to the deluxe, or would that just make the deluxe even worse? Like, would that make it worse for you?
I don't know if that will make it worse, but if you were to release a shorter version of My Turn and then just add, not even the skippable songs, but just add some of the songs towards the back half onto the deluxe, and then be like, okay, he's got more songs to listen to. And this just isn't towards Lil Baby. Lil Wayne's dropping I don't know what it is about the rappers dropping deluxe albums months after their original album came out. But Lil Wayne's dropping a deluxe to Funeral. Funeral already had 24 songs. I already took out like 5 or 6 of those songs. So it's not just Lil Baby like Wayne's my favorite artist, but I still take out songs that are mid or trash off that album too. And he's still gonna drop a deluxe. Why not just drop a new project or new mixtape? Why give me another deluxe version of the same thing I already heard? Why add 6 songs to an album I already heard? I don't get why rappers are doing that. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Make a shorter project. Or even if you're going to put out 20 songs, just make sure all 20 songs are good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you said it helps the streaming. Why does it help streaming?
Because the more...
Why wouldn't less songs and then finishing it all the way through, wouldn't that be better?
Because the more... times an album gets streamed, like count wise, I think like for every 4 songs it counts as an album sale, or I forgot what the exact, every 2 songs, 3 songs, whatever it was, counts as an album sale. So the more songs that they have on there plus re-listens or replays or whatever counts as sales. That's why they're doing that.
So me listening to Grace 45 times in one day is really helping out Lil Baby.
It is, yes.
As long as I can contribute. He's done so much for me. I'm just glad I can pay him back.
But yeah, no, that's it. That's all I wanted to come up here and say. We talked about 6ix9ine. We talked about French Montana. We talked about, all these other things. I think it's time to wrap up this episode of the podcast.
We had to end it with the Drake conversation.
But it's leading into the next thing, okay? I'm very excited to announce.
Memo thinks I'm a closet Drake fan because obviously...
I know.
Yes, Indeed came on, and I can't help myself but to rap the entire song. And I told Memo, I was like, maybe if Drake did more songs with Lil Baby, you would hear me rapping him more often. I can't help. That is the only exception when it comes to a Drake song. I have to rap the entire song.
Look, listen. Jose is a closet Drake fan, and one day I'm going to get to the bottom of this, okay? I know he sits down...
Memo needs to get a PI, private investigator.
I know Jose sits down at night and just listens to... I can see it in your eyes, you're angry. Like listening to fucking Drake crying himself to sleep. I know that's what he does. Okay.
No.
But the reason I brought up Drake towards the end of the conversation is because it leads into my next topic. So I've been wanting to do this ever since people got on IG and started battling each other hit for hit. Me and Jose have decided we are going to start our own series separate from the podcast. The podcast is still going to be a thing, but we are going to do a hit for hit series We're going to put rappers against each other. Hell, we might even put R&B singers against each other. And we personally are going to debate their top hits, or maybe not their top hits, but maybe their best albums. Put them against each other and see who wins. And the reason Drake was towards the end is because the first episode, or the first, thing of that series that we want to do is going to be Drake versus Kanye West. I think that would be a really good, because Drake and Kanye always get compared. You know what I'm saying? They're always beefing over some shit. So Drake and Kanye is going to be the first episode of this series. Like I said, it's going to be separate from...
It's a good matchup.
It's going to be separate from the podcast. The podcast is still going to be going. But this is just going to be like a little side project. Like I said, I do want this channel to grow and be other things other than just a podcast. So this is the first step in that. And I hope you guys, if you made it this far into the episode, I hope you guys tune into that as well. A lot of good things coming. Eventually, we want to get into videos. I think we finally got the technology that we need in order to make videos. So this won't be just the audio podcast anymore. Hopefully we get into videos and, grow from there. You know what I'm saying? So we'll cheers to that. And thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Memo Podcast. We appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.